It took almost 8 months to get both sides to this peace conference, both the Syrian government and representatives of the Syrian opposition in the same room, along with representatives from 40 nations. UN Secretary-General Ban Ki-moon laid out the aim of this process.
The Geneva communique sets out a number of key steps for a Syrian-led transition, starting with the establishment of a transitional governing body with the full executive powers formed by mutual consent, including over the military forces and security and intelligence services.
Getting there, though, will be hard. Just chairing this opening session was a challenge for Ban Ki-moon. The Syrian Foreign Minister, Walid Muallem's speech overran, and the UN Secretary-General tried to stop him.
Mr. Deputy Prime Minister, I'm sorry to... can you just wrap up, because you have spoken only 20 minutes.
Yourself, you live in New York, I live in Syria. I have the right to give the Syrian version here in this forum.
In his speech, Mr. Muallem seemed to add new complications to this process. He said if talks go to a second stage, it should be held on Syrian soil. And he said any deal done in Switzerland should be put to a referendum in Syria, a country where no vote has been properly free or fair for more than 4 decades. As both anti-government and pro-Assad camps chanted and yelled at each other outside the hall, the Syrian opposition leader said he was fully committed to the UN-led process, but he expressed doubts about the sincerity of the Syrian government.
We completely agree with the Geneva communique, which was accepted by all. And we want to make sure we have a Syrian partner in this room who will be ready to go from a Bashar al-Assad delegation to a free delegation like us.
The Russian foreign minister stressed that a solution should not be imposed by foreign powers, but on what is likely to be the most contentious issue, the future role of the Assad family in Syria, the US made its view quite clear.
It is the Geneva communique, which has the support of the international community, as a peaceful roadmap for transition. And the only thing standing in its way is the stubborn clinging to power of one man, one family.
All the foreign ministers will soon leave Switzerland. On Friday in the UN headquarters in Geneva, around-the-table talks start with both Syrian delegations. The man chairing it all, the veteran diplomat Lakhdar Brahimi, faces the biggest challenge of his long career. James Bays, Al Jazeera, Montreux.